Welcome. My name is Colleen Tauke, and in this Quilting Quickly tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create the blocks used in the quilt called Sunshine and Shadows. In order to get the pattern for all the specifics of this, visit our website. Now if you take a look at the quilt, you'll notice they look a little like a log cabin block, but just a little bit distorted from that. So we're having a little fun with a log cabin block. Okay, we're going to start with 10-inch squares. We're going to be using all these wonderful reproduction greens, blues, and browns. And then we're also using some great shirting fabrics. For the number of those, just refer to your pattern. But we're going to take each of these and we're going to cut them up, and we're going to create a lot of logs for our log cabin type block. Now, in order to show you how this is cut out, I've just used a plain piece of fabric and drawn lines on it so you can understand. From this 10-inch block, we're going to yield all the pieces we need to create the logs for our blocks. Now, these are each 2.5 inch wide, so we're going to be cutting long sections that are letter E, and the sticky dots may come in handy, so you may want to use those, or a post-it note, or some system to keep each of the different sizes aligned and grouped together. So we've got A here, 2B, 2C, 2 of the letter D, and only 1 of letter E. But that is correct because there's only 1 of the longest attached to each of these blocks. But these are all of our components used. Now once I'd cut those up, when I was in the workroom, I decided let's keep them grouped. So this is what I've done. I've created these stacks that then you could lay out, and so that all those are E, all those are length D, C, B, and A, and do the same thing with lights and your darks throughout. That way, when you look at the diagrams for how to construct each of the 2 different style blocks, you can just easily pick it up. You might even want to just put the sticky dot right beside it. That way you can just pick things up off of your stacks and start putting your blocks together. The other thing is that each of these log cabin style blocks has a red square center. That stays consistent throughout. And the story that usually goes with a log cabin block is that either red or yellow are used as its center, and it is to represent the heart of the home or the hearth in the home. So it's kind of a nice little story that goes with our block. So we've got a red for the center, so I'm going to lay that out. And I'm going to be laying out block number 1 that's in your diagrams. So we have a short piece here, and it's not square. Usually you see a square put on here, but these are cut off strips, so it's a little narrower. And then we put in a second light. Then we start going to the dark. And this is where you're going to want to be able to pick up different colors off of your stacks. You wouldn't want to, you could, I guess. In this one though, it's scrappy. You'll see that there are a variety of darks and a variety of lights put into each of these blocks. So we just work our way around, following the diagram, the size orientation, so that you know you've placed them all in the right place. So on this one, we're going to start with the center. We're going to use that red square in the center, the first little rectangle that goes on here. Have your machine set for a 1/4 inch seam so that you can have a nice, neat seaming. This is kind of a beginner block also. Log cabin block was a very traditional block created from scraps so that you could use up lots and lots of pieces. And here we're going to be creating pieces for center. This, we press our seams toward the outside edge. I'm just going to finger press here and show you then that you are ready to join the second piece. Also, it's a great way, if you're cutting off strips, it's a great way to practice your cutting. You only have to cut the lengths, not all of the strips. Of course, you could use this pattern to dive into your stash of leftover fabrics from previous projects and cut your own 2.5 inch strips, but pre-cuts are more fun. You get to the sewing part quicker. Okay. Now it is important to make sure that you keep pressing consistently. Whoops, I'll orient that right. All the way out, making sure that you keep everything aligned nice and neat. And you'll see I just keep building my way out. I've even drawn on my blocks here the orientation that they kind of swirl. As you see, this is center, then we go this way out, and we're going clockwise. This block, block number 2, is going counterclockwise. We start in the center and we're going this direction all the way to the outside. Now, when you have all of your blocks created, and just go according to the pattern on how many of each block to make, you're going to be orienting them in groups with the darks together. So you're going to make one row at a time. So the top row would have a light. I've got a couple underneath here, so let's go block 1, block 2. I'll take my dots off here so they're not quite so distracting. You'll see how my colors are coming together here, and then block 1 again, a block 1 and then a block 2, and you'll notice that we're getting that grouping of colors and then the lights also, and you'll create rows across and create sunshine and shadows. We finished with a really great red binding, so wrap it all together and make your own version of sunshine and shadows. For more of our videos, visit our website. Thanks for joining me today.